The pressure to conform to society's standards of physical beauty has led many to feel like they are becoming monsters or circus clowns. This obsession with appearance is not just limited to ordinary people, but also affects celebrities. The pursuit of perfection often results in a face that is stiff and unable to express itself naturally, a clear indication of how far some will go in the name of self-improvement through cosmetic surgery. Yet a crucial question remains: is the cost of achieving this so-called perfection truly worth it? As unique features fade and are replaced by artificial looks, we must question whether we are losing our true selves, our identities, and even who we really are in an endless chase for an unattainable standard of beauty. Raji Narain Singh's experience is one of the most shocking examples of failed cosmetic procedures. In 2005, Raji turned to cheap dermal filler injections to improve the contours of her face. However, what she received was far from medically acceptable. The illegal injections, performed by a fake doctor, were a mixture of tire sealant, cement, and mineral oil. This toxic concoction hardened beneath her skin, causing lumps and severe deformities all over her face. Raji's cheeks, which were supposed to become fuller and more defined, instead became misshapen and lumpy. She was so disfigured that she avoided public appearances for many years, feeling ashamed of her altered appearance, until she made a public appearance in a terrible state. She underwent corrective surgery, but even after several procedures, doctors found that removing all the harmful substances was too dangerous, leaving visible lumps behind. Although Raji's face regained some of its natural contours, particularly around her cheeks and jawline, she has since embraced her unique journey and shares her story to raise awareness about the dangers of black market cosmetic procedures. Raji's story is one of recovery and resilience, but the next celebrity in our story took their pursuit of cosmetic surgery in a way that challenges all expectations. The next celebrities on our list are not known for their television careers, but rather for the startling transformation of their appearances. Igor and Grichka Bogdanov, the French twin brothers, initially gained fame in the 1970s for their work on science fiction TV shows. However, it is their extreme facial transformations that have since taken the world by surprise, turning them into a global spectacle. Originally recognized for their sharp jawlines, high cheekbones, and distinct features, Igor and Grichka Bogdanov's appearances began to change dramatically in the late 1990s when they started undergoing cosmetic procedures. Despite their denials of any surgical interventions, the brothers insisted that their transformations were the result of technological experiments rather than surgery. One of the most striking changes in the Bogdanov brothers' appearances was the extreme prominence of their cheekbones, which began to protrude unnaturally. By the 2000s, their faces were marked by exaggerated features, including long chins and fuller lips, giving them a taut, almost alien-like look. Their cheeks appeared increasingly swollen, and their skin took on an unnervingly smooth and firm texture, likely the result of excessive Botox and dermal fillers. By 2009, the Bogdanov brothers' facial features had become so drastically altered that their appearances at high-profile events, including the Cannes Film Festival, sparked global conversations about the extent of their cosmetic transformations. Their once distinct and symmetrical features had morphed into something nearly unrecognizable, prompting comparisons to extraterrestrial beings. This dramatic change led both fans and critics to refer to them as aliens, a nickname the brothers have accepted and even proudly adopted. While the twins' transformation left many in shock, the next celebrity in our story took their pursuit of facial enhancement to an entirely new extreme. One of the first names that comes to mind is the iconic Donatella Versace. Often, beauty is associated with power, but for this fashion legend, the quest for beauty came at a steep price. In the late 1990s, especially following the tragic murder of her brother Gianni Versace, Donatella was widely regarded as the embodiment of classic Italian beauty. However, by the early 2000s, noticeable changes in her appearance sparked attention. Among the most striking alterations was her nose, which had once been larger but now appeared slimmer and more refined, hinting at the possibility of cosmetic surgery. Donatella's once youthful and radiant face began to reveal signs of extensive cosmetic procedures. Observers and experts speculate that she may have undergone several facelifts, which seem to have erased much of the natural aging process, leaving her with a smooth, almost artificial appearance. Her lips, which were once more natural in size, became noticeably fuller and more pronounced, likely the result of lip fillers, giving them a more exaggerated look compared to their original shape. This dramatic transformation attracted significant media attention and became a topic of widespread discussion. In addition, Donatella's cheekbones appeared to be enhanced by dermal fillers or possibly cheek implants, giving her face a more sculpted look that contrasted with her previous appearance. Her eyes, which were once more expressive, also seemed altered, likely due to eyelid surgery aimed at lifting drooping eyelids and minimizing under-eye bags. Together, these changes contributed to Donatella's face becoming one of the most talked about in the public eye, with her dramatic transformation garnering significant attention across the media. When cosmetic procedures take a wrong turn, the consequences can be far more profound than just a change in appearance. This was the case for Carol Bryan, whose life was irreversibly altered after a failed cosmetic procedure in 2009, when she was 47 years old. Seeking to restore volume to her face, Carol opted for dermal filler injections. However, a critical error occurred when two different types of filler, including silicone, were injected incorrectly into her forehead and cheeks. The result was not only unexpected but life-changing, as it caused serious complications that would impact her health and appearance. Within months, Carol's face began to swell uncontrollably, resulting in devastating deformities. Her forehead swelled so dramatically that it eventually collapsed, obscuring her eyes and severely affecting her vision. The fillers caused her facial skin to stretch and shift in unnatural ways, leaving her with a completely altered and unrecognizable appearance. In a desperate attempt to see, she was forced to tape her forehead in place, a heartbreaking indication of the severity of her condition and the toll the botched procedure had taken on her life. Carol underwent multiple corrective surgeries, but unfortunately, these only worsened the damage. After years of isolation, she eventually sought help from Dr. Ria Jarahi and Dr. Brian Boyd, who performed a groundbreaking 17-hour procedure to remove the damaged tissue from her forehead and replace it. Although the surgery ultimately saved her life, Carol was left with permanent vision loss in one eye and faced a long and difficult journey of both physical and emotional recovery. The toll of the ordeal was immense, marking a painful chapter in her life. Today, Carol is a vocal advocate for safe cosmetic procedures, sharing her story to educate others about the dangers of unregulated treatments. Although her experience was a heartbreaking mistake, the next transformation we'll explore was entirely intentional, though equally startling in its result. Jocelyn Weinstein, widely known in the media as Catwoman, is famous for one of the most dramatic facial transformations in cosmetic surgery history. Her transformation began in the 1990s during her marriage to billionaire Alec Wildenstein. Sources suggest that her husband had a deep fascination with exotic cats, a passion that reportedly influenced Jocelyn to undergo extensive surgeries aimed at achieving a more feline-like appearance. Over the years, Jocelyn is believed to have spent millions on a series of procedures aimed at accentuating her cat-like features. Among the most striking changes was her eyes. Through surgeries like blepharoplasty, her eyes were reshaped with a distinct upward tilt, contributing to the feline-inspired look that captivated the public for decades. Additionally, her cheekbones were dramatically altered with implants and fillers, creating a sharp, sculpted appearance that bore little resemblance to her original features. Despite the relentless media attention and criticism surrounding her dramatic transformation, Jocelyn has consistently denied that her surgeries were excessive, often attributing her cat-like features to her Swiss heritage. Now 84 years old, she continues to be a well-known socialite, recognized not just for her cosmetic procedures, but also for her once glamorous lifestyle. While Jocelyn's pursuit of feline-inspired beauty was extreme, the next transformation in our story stems from an even more tragic and heartbreaking origin. How far is too far when it comes to redefining beauty through cosmetic enhancements? Here's an example of just how extreme it can get. Anastasia Puck, a Ukrainian model and influencer, is known for having the world's biggest cheeks. Beginning her journey with cosmetic procedures in her 20s, she gradually shifted from subtle enhancements to a much more dramatic look. Her cheeks, which are her most distinctive feature, have been filled to the point of extreme prominence, giving her face a sharply contoured, almost angular shape that completely contrasts with her youthful appearance before the procedures. The exaggerated size of her cheeks makes her facial structure appear almost sculpted, giving her an unconventional, highly exaggerated aesthetic. Beyond her cheeks, her lips are notably fuller, contributing to an overall dramatic transformation. Anastasia has also used filler on her chin and jawline to maintain a balance with her enlarged cheeks. Despite criticism from some who describe her look as unnatural, Anastasia has expressed satisfaction with her appearance, stating that these procedures have significantly boosted her confidence. She even shared that, in her opinion, she looked like a gray mouse before the surgeries, but now she feels she looks more exotic and unique. Anastasia's exaggerated features are striking, but the next transformation was driven by necessity, not aesthetics. The next case proves that one cosmetic mistake can lead to a lifetime of regret. Priscilla Presley, once revered for her classic beauty, had a horrific transformation beginning with a tragic misstep in 2003 when she trusted an unlicensed doctor, Daniel Sano. He injected industrial-grade silicone into her face, leaving her with lumps, paralysis, and scarring, which gave her face a stiff, mask-like appearance with uneven texture, especially around her lips and cheeks. Despite corrective surgery in 2008 to fix the damage caused by Sano, the effects of the botched procedure were difficult to reverse. Her once naturally high and defined cheekbones became overly swollen and puffy, while her lips appeared unnaturally full. Her facial expressions seemed stiff, with her eyes and forehead frozen from numerous facelifts and Botox treatments. The skin on her face looked tight and stretched, leaving a waxy, taut appearance that stripped away the soft, expressive quality she once had. In 2019, following surgery to remove cancerous tissue from her nose, Priscilla's preoccupation with cosmetic procedures intensified. Her growing concern over the visible scars from the surgery led her to pursue further work to conceal the marks, continuing her physical transformation. Her quest to preserve a youthful appearance ultimately resulted in a transformation that has left many fans shocked, with her face now looking drastically different from her iconic early Hollywood days. Priscilla's botched procedure became a cautionary tale, but the next celebrity's decision to undergo a similar procedure even left her own family astonished. You know something's wrong when even your partner doesn't recognize you after a cosmetic surgery. Sharon Osbourne, known for her candid personality, has always been open about her experiences with plastic surgery. She has shared, "I've had my boobies done twice, facelift, neck done, but I've never had anything done to my eyes or lips because I didn't want lip fillers." However, her 2021 facelift left a lasting impression, but not in the way she expected. She described the procedure as horrendous and revealed that the results were far from what she had hoped for. The surgery caused one of her eyes to droop, and she felt like a character from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, with one eye here, one eye there, and her scars all uneven. Her face became unnaturally tight and pulled, giving her a frozen, almost mask-like appearance. The procedure, which lasted 5.5 hours, not only altered the balance of her face, but also caused significant pain during the recovery process. This was not Sharon's first experience with cosmetic surgery. She had previously undergone facelifts in 1987 and 2002. However, this latest surgery left her deeply regretful. Sharon even had to undergo another surgery to correct the imbalance, complicating her surgical journey further. Despite having gone through many cosmetic treatments, from Botox and fillers to breast implants, Sharon has now vowed to stop undergoing any further plastic surgery. When you alter your face so many times, at what point do you stop recognizing yourself? Katie Price's journey might hold the key to that question. Katie Price was once known for her natural beauty during her early modeling years. However, over the years, she has had numerous procedures that changed her face, creating a drastically different appearance from her earlier days in the spotlight. Her most recent surgeries include her 6th facelift, which left her with a tight, almost unnatural look across her face. The exaggerated lift around her eyebrows gives her a permanently arched expression, sometimes described as Spock-like, which she admitted she hopes to correct in future surgeries. Her cheeks have also become significantly more pronounced, likely due to fillers, giving her a fuller, more artificial look compared to her earlier, softer features. In addition to multiple facelifts, Price has undergone lip enhancements, plumping her lips to the point where they appear overly filled. Her nose has also seen changes through multiple rhinoplasties, becoming narrower and more sculpted with each surgery. Despite some backlash, Katie has remained unapologetic, often comparing her body maintenance to fixing a car and expressing a desire to continue surgeries until she achieves the perfect look. You wouldn't believe how dramatically a comedian's face changed while he denied every rumor about undergoing plastic surgery. Scott Thompson, better known as Carrot Top, has been the center of plastic surgery rumors for over a decade. The prop comedian, famous for his fiery red hair and eccentric style, has repeatedly denied having any cosmetic procedures. However, the changes in his facial structure have sparked widespread attention. Fans and experts alike have pointed to several potential alterations. Carrot Top's eyebrows are now more arched and defined compared to his earlier years, leading to rumors of a brow lift. His previously angular face now appears fuller, with some suggesting cheek implants or facial fillers might be responsible. Additionally, his skin has transitioned from uneven to remarkably smooth, which many believe is the result of Botox or chemical peels. Despite all the speculation, Carrot Top maintains that his dramatic change is simply due to a strict workout regimen and a healthy lifestyle. He humorously remarked that if he had plastic surgery, he'd look better than he does now. The debate over his appearance continues, but one thing is clear. Carrot Top's transformation remains a hot topic in Hollywood. Carrot Top's transformation certainly sparked questions, but our next celebrity took the obsession with plastic surgery to staggering extremes. When plastic surgery becomes an obsession, the results can be so dramatic they become irreversible. Just ask Pete Burns. Pete Burns, the flamboyant lead singer of Dead or Alive, became famous not only for his music but also for his ever-changing face. Initially, he underwent plastic surgery to fix a broken nose, but he then went through a series of procedures that drastically altered his appearance over the years. The most noticeable change was his nose. After 4 nose jobs, Pete's nose became smaller, sharper, and narrower, almost unrecognizable from its original shape. This paved the way for further alterations, including cheek implants that gave his face a more angular and sculpted look, emphasizing his already sharp features. Pete's cheeks became so prominent that they overshadowed other aspects of his face. His lips were another key point in his transformation. He underwent 2 lip augmentations, which made his lips plump, but over time, the fillers caused complications. The swelling from the fillers made it painful for Pete to even open his mouth, eventually requiring emergency surgery to prevent further damage. By the time he underwent his final surgeries, Pete had endured more than 300 procedures, leaving his face completely transformed. Pete's ongoing changes have become unforgettable, but the next celebrity took even more extreme measures in the pursuit of youth. Starting in her early 30s, Janice Dickinson began with breast augmentation, later moving on to a series of facial surgeries. By the time she reached the peak of her career as a reality TV judge, Janice had undergone multiple facelifts, liposuction, and Botox treatments, all of which fundamentally changed the structure of her face. Her series of facelifts tightened her skin, leaving it smooth and taut, but at the cost of her face's natural contours. As a result, her features became overly stretched, sometimes appearing unnatural. The cheek implants gave her a pronounced, sculpted look, but when combined with Botox and fillers, her facial expressions became increasingly stiff over time. Her lips were filled with injectables, making them excessively plump, creating an exaggerated effect that often drew significant public attention. Despite these dramatic changes, Janice remained unapologetic about her choices, even appearing on the reality show Botched to correct a breast surgery from 30 years ago. While her surgeries kept her in the public eye, they also led to significant financial strain, ultimately contributing to her bankruptcy in 2013 due to unpaid cosmetic bills. Janice embraced her surgical journey, but the next celebrity's face changed so drastically that even his family couldn't recognize him. When even your own son comments on your new look, you know something's not right. Simon Cowell, the formidable music mogul and TV personality, has been very candid about his plastic surgery journey, as well as his critical stance on talent shows. Simon began his cosmetic journey with Botox injections to fend off signs of aging. His transformation then included more invasive procedures, including a series of facelifts, each aimed at reversing the effects of aging. However, rather than rejuvenating him, these surgeries pulled his skin so tight that it almost looked overstretched. The excessive tightening caused his features to appear strained, particularly around the mid-face, where his cheeks seemed unnaturally high and pronounced. Simon's once firm and defined jawline became softer and less distinct, blurring the rugged features that had once defined his face. His eyes also bore the marks of eyelid surgery, which aimed to remove sagging skin, but the result left his eyelids tight and his eyes perpetually wide open. Simon himself admitted that he looked like something out of a horror movie, a sentiment that even his young son, Eric, echoed, expressing concern over his father's new look. Simon has since acknowledged the impact of these changes and has expressed regret, noting in interviews that he may have gone too far. His regret is clear, but the next celebrity wore her surgeries like a badge of honor. Imagine undergoing so many procedures that your own reflection becomes unfamiliar. Joan Rivers, the legendary comedian and TV host, became just as famous for her love of plastic surgery as for her sharp sense of humor. Throughout her life, Joan underwent an astonishing number of cosmetic procedures, which she openly acknowledged with both pride and humor. Her first surgery was an eyelid lift at the age of 32, which kicked off a lifelong journey of cosmetic alterations, including multiple facelifts, Botox injections, nose jobs, and liposuction. Joan's face, once youthful and naturally expressive, gradually took on a colder, more polished appearance. Her once round features became tighter and more angular, especially after several facelifts and a brow lift, which left her forehead smooth but almost immobile. The regular use of Botox and fillers further contributed to this frozen look, erasing all signs of aging but also limiting facial movement. Her nose became smaller and more refined after a series of rhinoplasties, further altering the symmetry of her face. The combination of these procedures resulted in a look that some described as doll-like, while others considered it excessively altered. Despite the many public comments and criticisms, Joan openly embraced her surgeries. She famously joked about her procedures, calling herself the poster girl for plastic surgery. Joan's cosmetic journey became as legendary as her career, but the next transformation on our list happened almost overnight. Heidi Montag, the reality TV star, known for her role on The Hills, made headlines in 2010 when she underwent an astonishing 10 plastic surgery procedures in a single day. This dramatic transformation completely changed her face, sparking both amazement and controversy among the public. Originally known for her youthful and natural look, Heidi's face was completely altered after the surgeries. One of the most notable changes was the cheek implants, which gave her a fuller, more sculpted appearance, drastically changing the natural softness of her facial features. Additionally, a chin reduction helped create a more balanced facial structure, but it also made her jawline appear much sharper and more angular. Her second rhinoplasty refined both the bridge and tip of her nose, making it narrower and more defined compared to her pre-surgery look. A brow lift tightened and raised her forehead, giving her eyes a perpetually wide-open expression. Lip injections further transformed her appearance, giving her a plumped, fuller look that many considered exaggerated. These procedures resulted in a completely different face, leading to a range of public reactions. Some praised Heidi for her bold decision to own her choices, while others criticized the extreme lengths she went to in pursuit of perfection. Heidi's one-day transformation was truly shocking, but the next celebrity on our list took her body transformation to challenge conventional beauty standards in ways few had before. Amanda Lavore has become a prominent figure in New York's fashion and nightlife scene, known for her extensive cosmetic surgeries. Her transformation began in her teenage years, starting with a nose job at 15 and followed by gender reassignment surgery at 17. Since then, Amanda has had a variety of procedures, including lip enhancements, multiple nose revisions, cheek implants, and eyebrow lifts, all contributing to her ever-evolving appearance. Amanda's look is heavily influenced by classic pin-up icons, featuring signature traits like full lips and heart-shaped cheeks. In her quest for a super slim waist, she underwent the controversial and painful procedure of removing her lower ribs. To further enhance her unique appearance, Amanda has had eyelid surgery, while Botox and fillers help maintain her smooth, youthful complexion. Despite receiving criticism for her overdone look, Amanda confidently embraces her transformation, proudly declaring that she has the most expensive body on earth and is completely happy with the outcome. Lara Flynn Boyle, best known for her role in Twin Peaks, began undergoing a dramatic transformation as she approached her 30s, driven by concerns about aging. She sought cosmetic procedures, including a nose job, lip enhancements, Botox injections, and potentially brow and facelifts. These surgeries led to a noticeable shift in her once sharp and natural features, with many observing her appearance becoming increasingly swollen and altered over time. The most noticeable changes in Lara Flynn Boyle's appearance are around her mouth and eyes. Her once natural lips became overly full and puffy, while Botox and fillers created an unnaturally smooth texture on her skin, particularly around her forehead and cheeks, resulting in a stiffer, less expressive face. Over time, repeated filler injections may have contributed to her increasingly puffy cheeks. Despite the clear alterations to her appearance, Lara has remained tight-lipped about her cosmetic procedures, leaving the public and experts to speculate on the extent of her transformation. Still, she remains a subject of fascination and recently made a return to the screen in Death in Texas. Lil' Kim's cosmetic surgery journey has been shaped by painful personal experiences. Her transformation began after suffering from domestic abuse, which left her nose broken, prompting her to undergo a nose surgery. Unfortunately, this was just the beginning of a series of procedures. Following the initial surgery, Lil' Kim's nose continued to shrink, becoming significantly thinner and altering her appearance to the point where she became almost unrecognizable from her earlier look. In addition to changing her nose, Lil' Kim's appearance has also undergone significant changes thanks to cheek implants and Botox, giving her a sharper and more defined look, which contrasts strongly with her natural features. Fillers have made her skin smoother and firmer, reducing signs of aging, but also limiting the expressiveness of her face. She has also undergone lip-filling procedures, creating fuller lips and a more amplified appearance. Over the years, her skin tone has noticeably lightened, leading to rumors that she has bleached her skin, although Lil' Kim has denied these allegations. These changes have resulted in a completely different appearance compared to her early days in the music industry. Our next celebrity demonstrates how even when surgery is necessary, the results can be both unexpected and life-changing. Mickey Rourke, famous for his rugged charm in the 1980s, was celebrated for his striking features in films like 9.5 Weeks and Angel Heart, where his chiseled cheekbones and sharp jawline were central to his appeal. However, after suffering several facial injuries from boxing, Rourke underwent a series of surgeries to repair the damage, including 5 procedures on his nose and extensive reconstructive surgery on his fractured cheekbones. Unfortunately, these surgeries led to significant changes in Mickey Rourke's facial structure. His previously sharp and angular features became rounder and swollen, with his cheekbones looking fuller yet unnaturally sculpted. The use of Botox and fillers further contributed to a frozen expression, giving his face an overly smooth and taut look, especially around his forehead and lips. Public reactions to his transformation have been divided. While some sympathize with the medical reasons behind his surgeries, others criticize the extent of the alterations and the dramatic shift in his appearance. Is it possible to turn back time without losing your true self? The story of cosmetic regrets highlights the consequences of pushing the limits. Courteney Cox, once celebrated for her fresh, natural beauty as Monica Geller on Friends, began seeking cosmetic procedures to preserve a youthful appearance. What began with small Botox injections and fillers gradually escalated over time as she tried to fight the signs of aging. However, as the treatments became more frequent, her facial features began to shift, particularly around her cheeks and forehead. The result was a more rigid and artificial look, with many fans commenting that her face appeared frozen. Cox has been candid about her regrets regarding the extent of her cosmetic procedures. She has admitted that the fillers made her face look so unnatural that she no longer recognized herself. Her once expressive features became stiff, with her cheeks appearing excessively enhanced and her skin pulled tight, creating a doll-like effect. As she kept undergoing more treatments, the changes became more pronounced, leading her to describe a domino effect, where each procedure seemed to require another to maintain a sense of balance. Recognizing the impact the procedures had on her appearance, Courteney Cox decided to have her fillers dissolved in 2017, opting for a more natural look. Since then, she has embraced the aging process and reflected on how the pursuit of youthfulness can sometimes lead to unintended consequences. While Courteney eventually found a more authentic path, the next celebrity on our list was left with a face that became nearly unrecognizable. The celebrities in this video are prime examples of not knowing when to stop. They chose to undergo too many procedures on their appearance, resulting in unintended consequences and losing their natural beauty. From this, we can learn that self-confidence and natural beauty are the most valuable things, and any change should be carefully considered to avoid losing oneself. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it and found the information useful. If you love stories about the entertainment world and celebrities, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming videos. We will always bring you fresh and exciting content. See you in the next video.